what's up guys? Today I am back post-holidays with like a non-holiday look because I don't know about you, but like I'm so tired of shimmer and glitter and I just wanted an all matte look. I wanted something a little bit more grungy, a little bit more edgy with a bright purpley blue lip. And yeah, so this is what came out of me the other day. I posted it on the gram. You guys love the lip color, so I wanted to feature it again. And so we have an all matte, smoky grayish eye tutorial today with this incredible blue lipstick. The lipstick in question is one of the new ones from Makeup Geek. It is from the Plush Mattes. The formula is beautiful. I will get more into that in the tutorial as I go along. I have to say that on camera, this is looking extremely blue, which is fine, I like it, but in person, it looks more like a purpley blue. Like, it's one of those that if depends on what lighting you're in, it could either be purple or blue, and most people will probably argue one way or the other. I'm not sure what it'll look like after I import this footage, but on the monitor right now, it looks blue as fuck. So just so you know, for your mental swatching purposes, it's like kind of purpley in person too. That being said, I'm going to shut up now and we gonna get into the tutorial. How's that sound? All right, let's do this. Okay, I already did my brows today. I used the Anastasia Dip Brow in the color Ash Brown. For foundation, I actually went back to an old favorite today. This is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation in the color Cashew, and I contoured with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. So to start the eye look, I want to first put down a transition shade. This look is going to be mostly cool tone neutrals. However, for the transition shade, I'm going to go with more of like a neutral. I'm going to grab the color Bold from the Tartist Pro palette on my Sigma E40 brush.
We about to turn it on.
The lid today is going to be very similar to the halo technique that we did in the previous video. However, it's going to be completely matte and the center is going to be like a nude color that looks bare. So it almost looks like negative space, but I am going to put a shadow there. It's just going to be a skin tone shadow. But because that's the way we're doing it, it's going to take a little bit more layering and a little bit more blending than it would with a normal halo eye look. With a normal halo eye, you would generally put a little bit of shimmer and that helps everything blend together, but we're not doing that, so we gotta work a little harder. So to start that process off, I'm going to grab the color Indie right there, also from the Tartist Pro palette, on a Real Techniques shader brush. And I'm going to place that on the outer and inner corners of the eye, just leaving the very center completely bare. And on that very same brush, I'm also going to bring a little bit of that color through the crease. Stretch it out. Next, I'm going to grab a slightly darker color on the same brush. I'm actually just going to pick up my color switch, which, by the way, I'm going to do a full blog post review on because it's kind of game changing. I'm just going to wipe that brush off on my color switch real quick so that I can not muddy up the colors. I'm going to dip that into the color Profesh because I'm super profesh. It's kind of like a lavender toned mid-tone gray. I'm going to place this again on the outer and the inner corners of the lid, just a little bit further out to the edges than the last color. And I'm carefully just going to run a little bit of that through the crease. I'm also going to blend the edges of that out just a little bit with the same Sigma E40 brush. So essentially what we're doing is just like continuing a gradient from lighter to darker on the lid, moving outward as we go. So for the next shade, I am going to grab Vamp from the very same palette. It's a very darkened eggplant purple color, but not quite black. And I'm going to pick that up on a Sigma E30 pencil brush. This time, as I bring it through the crease, I am not going to bring it all the way across because I don't want to darken up that area so much. I wanted to define it a little bit with the lighter shades, but now that we're working with the more dark shades, I don't want to close off the eye as much. For the final dark shade on the lid, I'm going to pick up the same pencil brush. Not even going to bother to clean it off because we're going in with such a dark color, it won't matter. And I'm going to grab this matte black, which is called Punk, and I'm going to just put it in the very outer corners. And I'm also going to pick up the same brush I used for the gray again. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of Profesh, and I'm going to continue smoking out the lid area a little bit because we did lose a tiny bit of the color just from blending so much. Okay, so it's time to start the under eye, and because we were using a lot of dark shadows and I'm afraid of fallout, I went and concealed and then I powdered the holy hell out of my under eye area so we can clean it up later if we need to. For the lower lash line, the first thing I'm going to do is fill in the lash line itself. And for that, I'm going to use my favorite Anastasia Dark Side Gel Liner Pencil. And I'm just gonna run that through the entire waterline, the tight line, the whole deal, and bring it down a little bit through the lower lashes. Oh, I forgot one step before we continue with the lower lash line. Because I lost a little bit of that pop of brightness in the center of the lid after all the blending and the grays and the what have you, I am going to go back into that Tarte palette and I'm going to pick up a clean Real Techniques shading brush. And I'm going to grab a bright matte whitish shade. I want to go with the color Vintage because it's like the brightest one in the palette. You could also go with the more ivory color, but let's be crazy today and do this one. And I'm just going to pat that right in the center of the lid and blend it into the surrounding grays. Next, I'm just going to smoke the lower lash line out a little bit. I'm going to go right back into the color Profesh on my Real Techniques shading. Is this a shading? Yes, this is the shader brush. And I'm just going to smoke out that lower lash line a little bit on the low side, but not too crazy. And I'm not going to forget to connect that into the top. And to darken that bottom lash line just a little bit more, I'm going to pick up my pencil brush again, and I'm going to dip back into that black color Punk. This time, I'm going to place it only on the outer portion of the lower lash line and then connect it into the darkness on the outer corner on the top lid. And I just got it on my brow bone. Okay, we're gonna use this as a learning experience. If you make a mistake like this, where you get eyeshadow in a place where it does not belong, simply grab a clean brush, some sort. This is just a regular shadow brush, and try to gently blend it away as much as possible. And if that's not quite enough to get rid of it, just grab a skin tone shadow, whatever skin tone is for you, and just brush it over the area. And then blend that in. I can still see it if I look really hard, but I think we salvaged it. And to make sure that both sides are even, just add a little bit of that skin tone color to the other side where you used it to blend there, just to make sure that you have the same on both sides of your face. Anyway, I'm gonna grab Punk I'm going to place that on the outer portion and connect that into the darkness that we put on the very, very outer part of the lid. And I'm going to blend that into the lid color with the same Real Techniques shading brush we used for the gray colors before, and I'm also going to use that to diffuse it into the gray that we laid down on the bottom lash line. I posted a very similar look to this on Instagram a few days ago, which is what inspired me to do this tutorial today, and I didn't use lashes when I did that. I was kind of going for more like a grungy sort of a look, or more of like a casual take on it. Today I am going to put on a pair of lashes to go with this because I just feel like I want to see what it looks like finished off. But I'm going to use the original Instagram photo as like the thumbnail and stuff, so you'll see what that looks like, and feel free to do that version too and just put mascara on and curl your lashes, because you could totally pull this off without the lashes. I just kind of wanted to do it both ways and see what happens. Because I did not put a black line of liner across the top lid, I am going to be very specific with the lashes that I choose today. I'm going to use the Siren lashes from House of Lashes. They're a little bit more dispersed and they have a clear band, so it won't look crazy sitting on a lid with no upper liner. They're also like super comfortable and they give the eye a lot of lift, and I just generally like them a lot. So I'm going to curl my lashes, apply a mascara, pop those on, and I'll be right back. Okay, the lashes are on, my mascara is on. I added a little bit of blush. I used Hourglass blush in Diffused Heat, and I also added a little bit more highlight. I used the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the pressed one. I'm very happy with the choice of these lashes, by the way. I feel like they really open everything up quite a bit. I enjoyed the grungy version of this, but like me some lashes too. Now all that is left to do for this look is apply the lip. For the lip today, I'm going to use a new product that it's very exciting to me in this world. This is the Makeup Geek Plush Matte in the color Wild Child. I don't know if you can see the label, but that's what it's called. It is kind of like a cornflower blue purple color. Oh, it's so cool. The formula on these, if we can just do like a little mini review real quick, they remind me of what the original Tarte lip paints that didn't dry down should have been. I was not a fan of those. I liked a couple of the nude shades, but the darker and brighter shades were really patchy, but they were comfortable and they did look beautiful. This is very much like them in that it is a matte, thick, creamy product that doesn't dry down. So it's not necessarily the most long-wearing thing in the world. It's not like a regular liquid lipstick that you can put on and it dries and just stays on like a motherfucker all day. But it is a very beautiful look and it gives that same effect visually, and it's a little more comfortable. So if you're somebody who does not like the feeling of liquid lipstick, this might actually be perfect for you. But my God, this color. So before I just talk about this for 45 minutes, because to be honest with you, this color is so good that I'm going to zoom in and let us apply this lip. And this is the finished look. And that, my beautiful internet friends, is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, as always. I will be back soon, probably with another tutorial, because I'm like on a tutorial kick right now and I'm just running with it. We're going with it. Please feel free to catch me on social media so we can keep up in between videos, because I like all your faces and I want to see you more often. I will link that all down below, but I'm pretty much Ms. QuinnFace everywhere, especially on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Those are my 3 faves. So I'll see you guys over there. Come say hello. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe so we can like do this twice a week. Come on, that would be so much fun. If you want some more beauty tips, please feel free to check out my blog. I'll link that down below as well. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.